morning. It is 6:43. Welcome back to Great Day for this Tuesday. And it is a great day around here on Tuesdays about this time each and every week because we know Ron the Car Guy is coming by to pay us a visit and talking about a very popular subject this morning.
I'm kind of like that stray cat that you feed. I just keep coming around, don't I?
Yeah,
we don't even feed you.
I know, right?
Yeah, but we like to pet you because you're
right.
so nice.
I'll purr a little bit later.
But I tell you what you're going to talk about today, a lot of people are interested in.
It is, and it's something that I hear a lot about. I mean, people have really noticed it, and it's about gas prices and what's going on at the pump right now. And currently, we are paying 89 cents a gallon less for gasoline than we were a year ago.
Wow.
And so the buzzword is, you know, why is it going down? How low is it going to go? Will it get below $2 a gallon? Probably will at some point in Lou Tuna because you guys are always cheaper on gas out there.
It's that one Casey store and then the Pilot Flying J in Altoona, the one off of exit 143 and then 142 where the Pilot Flying J is. Those are the two places that have the lowest prices.
And they've been at it for years.
Yeah.
I mean, it's considerably lower out there.
It is.
Absolutely. But it's going to get low all across the country. And we're going to see it drop down lower. I mean, my personal belief is we probably will see gasoline drop below $2 a gallon. And I want to talk a little bit today about the factors that are causing that. But currently, gas is the national average price of gasoline. It's the lowest it's been since April 30th. And of course, we're pulling out of the summer driving season, so that's going to have an effect. But we're going to see it drop a little bit over the next couple of weeks, but it's really going to pick up speed about the middle of September as far as declining prices go. And some of the factors that are causing it is. Gasoline typically will fall after the summer driving season gets over. It's supply and demand is what it boils down to.
Because the demand decreases.
Exactly. Everybody's back to school. The summer vacations and stuff are over. Last year, in a little bit of research here, last year gasoline dropped more than $1 a gallon between August and Christmas of last year. And I remember that because I remember all of a sudden, gasoline just really started to plummet, and the mobile service work that we do for AAA, we get a fuel subsidy if gasoline is over a certain dollar amount. And when that started to plummet, all of a sudden the fuel subsidy started to go away too because it was below X amount of dollars.
Right.
So we did see that. And a typical decline in the autumn season is between 35 and 65 cents a gallon. And we haven't seen that part yet. So that's to come.
Interesting.
And then, of course, there's and we're hearing it, we're watching what the stock market and stuff's doing. The economic slowdown in Europe and China is causing gasoline prices to become lower because as their economy starts to sour and slip a little bit, they're not driving as much, so they're not using as much gasoline. So it increases the abundance of gasoline and crude oil that's available. And let's face it, I mean, this is a global economy. I mean, what happens across the pond does affect us.
Right.
And so we are seeing that effect. That's certainly a contributing factor. And then as long as we're talking about oil, and this is kind of an interesting one, there's anticipation that oil from Iran is going to hit the market. And that's probably going to happen around January or February as the European nations and the U.S. ease sanctions. Right now, Iran is sitting on about 40 million barrels of oil that they're just waiting to be able to sell out onto the market. They've got it somehow stored somewhere out at sea, but they've got 40 million barrels of oil, and they can produce 400,000 barrels of oil a day. So the question becomes, is that a lot? How much oil do we use?
Right.
As a world, we use 90 million barrels of oil a day.
A day.
A day.
Wow.
As a world.
As a world.
Okay.
Every morning when you wake up and you're putting your socks on, Jason, just think, I got to do my part to use 90 million barrels worth of oil today.
That's amazing.
But again, it's supply and demand. When Iran, I mean, we bring another producer into the market to sell crude oil, it's gonna lower the
competition.
price. Absolutely, just like the fly. What was it? The pilot truck stop in the Casey's in Altoona.
Yep.
It's competition. And then starting September 15th, this is something a lot of people don't realize, but starting September 15th, gas stations are once again allowed to sell winter blend gasoline.
Now, what is the difference between winter blend gasoline and summer blend gasoline?
It has no effect on your car.
But is it a cheaper grade of gasoline?
It is. It's much cheaper for them.
Much cheaper.
Much cheaper. It is almost 25 cents a gallon less.
No way.
For a refinery to produce winter blend gasoline. The summer blend, and it all has to do. It's an EPA regulation. They require a different blend of gasoline to be sold in the summertime, and it produces less ozone that sticks around on the ground level. So that's really the difference between winter blend and summer blend.
Is that because there's so much more traffic in the summertime, or?
We would have to ask a meteorologist. What is it, because there's more traffic, or is there something going on in the atmosphere that traps the ground level ozone? I don't know the answer to that.
Good question. Let me
that's my weather why. You can.
Ask
It's
Jeeves.
something with the seasons affects when we're driving, and because everyone's being more conscious about the environment and things like that.
And
so they're making changes.
My first reaction would be that there is a lot more gasoline burned in the summertime. You got your lawnmowers and your weed eaters and stuff like that.
People traveling. Yeah.
Exactly, but that's the driving force is what they call ground level ozone, and so there's different products in the summer gasoline, and it's almost 25 cents a gallon more to produce that. So September 15th, they'll be able to start selling the winter blend gasoline, and you can bet the farm that they're going to start selling winter blend. They're just going to quit making the summer blend because it costs less. And then the last item that's affecting the big price decrease that we're going to see is in the fall, is when the U.S. refineries that make the gasoline, they usually undergo maintenance, and they'll shut down a refinery, or they'll shut down part of a refinery. And of course, when they do that, we're back to the supply and demand, where the refineries shut down, and so then they're producing less gasoline. And typically, that would cause the price of gasoline to rise. However, with all these other factors coming into play, it's actually expected that the decrease in demand is going to offset the decrease in supply. So that's not going to have an effect that would normally bump the price up a little bit.
It should stay pretty stable then,
exactly.
Whatever it is.
Basically, that's removed from the equation. So all this other stuff is going to drive it down. So we're going to see.
Apparently, it has to do with the heat in the summer and the gas boiling off. They have to mix it differently, because if it's not mixed properly, you'll get a lot of it that'll just
evaporate?
Yeah.
Okay. So they put a stabilizer or something in there.
Yeah, they mix it.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Look at that. What other television station could research a question like that and have the answer
in the midst of conversation?
Exactly. During the same show, during the same
conversation.
Absolutely. But the last part is, even though the prediction is that we're going to see gas below $2, enjoy it while it lasts.
Because it's not going to last forever.
Well, Congress is talking about raising the federal gas tax.
Of course they are.
And right now it's 18.4 cents per gallon. It goes to the federal government. But what's interesting is that amount has been there since 1993. They have not increased the federal gas tax since 1993.
Poisonous to do it.
Exactly. And they're saying that they're going to need to increase that to keep up with the infrastructure, the crumbling bridges, and all the other
kind of they
stuff.
did locally here with our states.
Exactly. I mean, we we don't need to buy the gas if all the bridges fall down. So
That's true.
It's a catch-22.
It is.
Guess I'm not going anywhere. Bridge is out.
Bridge out.
There you go. All right, folks. There you have it. The reasons why gas might be under $2 a gallon here real soon. Now, if you have any other questions, auto-related, well, you just get a hold of Ron the Car Guy. Correct, Ronald?
Absolutely. You can get a hold of us. The number's up there on the screen, or you can go to westsideautopros.com or askronthecarguy.com. I answer all questions. And I also want to invite everybody to come out tomorrow night to Zubru. It's
Final one.
Last one of the season. Standing Hampton's going to be there. It's going to be a great time.
Final countdown.
And a beautiful night.
Oh, perfect. It'll be jam-packed.
There we go.
So Ron the Car Guy will be there with gifts, too, bearing gifts as he always does.
Frankincense and mirth.
Oh,
How
that's
about that?
good.